Good morning, guys. I wanted to show you these two things that I use for my mascara for my eyelashes. This is something that I recently found that has been a life changer because I really needed something to prime my eyelashes, and even though this mascara does have a primer, the brush is very tiny and the amount of product on it is not very much. So I did some researching and I found that this primer is not very toxic compared to other ones. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my mascara, and you guys can see the before. I have very long lashes, but you can't really see. They kind of just like shoot straight out. So I have to like prep them and everything. So make sure that your eyelash curler is clean. You don't want any like leftover clump from previous mascara to be on there. You want it to be clean and smooth. I'm going to be using my baby's car mirror because this is the only mirror that I could find to use because I can't see anything without my contacts. So I don't like to like clump them like that because I just feel like you're gonna be breaking them. I just leave it on there to be folded for that amount of time. I think I'm gonna do one side first, that way you guys can see the difference. So I've just curled it once and then kind of brush off the extra from the tip. I just do like 10 swipes and I let it dry, and then I go in with the eyelash curler again. I let it dry just a little bit, not too much, because I go in another time and I give it another 15 to 20 seconds. I don't want to wait for the primer to be completely dry because I'm going to put a little bit more after this. So it's kind of like a 3-step mascara. Okay, so that is the first time that I put the primer, and then I'm gonna go in a second time, and this is the final time that I put the primer. So what I'm focusing on now is just kind of separating the eyelashes a little bit more because they're already, you know, up and curled, but now I'm just focusing on really priming and prepping the lashes before I put the mascara on, because once you put that final mascara, you can't really do much after that, and the more you use mascara, the more clumpy it's gonna get. And with the primer, it's kind of like a lotion for your lashes. It just glides through. So if you notice, now my lashes are all nice and prepped and separated. I don't put it back in the bottle. I still just use what's on the primer because then you're gonna have way more primer on this side than on this side, and it's not gonna be the same. And I do the same thing with the mascara. This is the Honest Extreme Length Mascara and Lash Primer. And the same thing, I don't put it back into the bottle. I use it for both eyes. So same thing here, you first curl it for about 15 to 20 seconds. So this one is almost drying up completely. So before it's completely dry, you wanna put on the mascara. Okay, so that was 22 times that I like actually swiped through my lashes. I do like from 20 to 30 times, and I don't put it back in the bottle. I have like a tendency of wanting to do that, but no, I leave it out. And then I put the first layer of primer here. Okay, so the first layer, I let it dry a little bit. I go in a second time. Second time. I'm going to be linking these items in the description if you guys want to go and purchase these. Just going to get a little bit closer, that way you guys can see. This is what my eyelashes look like. I also do like to put them on the bottom. I just do like one layer of primer, just very little, and then a little bit teeny tiny of mascara on the bottom, and that's it. You know, that extra smudges, you just clean it up with a cotton swab and you're good to go. You can go in with another like clump of eyelash curler, but I'm not gonna do that today because I don't want to mess it up and get it all clumpy. But yes, this is how I've been doing my eyelashes lately, and I love them.